Hi, I'm Ron Guerin of the STS-124 crew, and you're watching NASA TV.
Discovery, and a special good morning to you today, Ron.
Good morning, Shannon. Just want to thank my beautiful wife, Carmel, for that song and say hi to her and to my boys, Ronnie, Joseph, and Jake. Mike and I are getting ready to go out the door for our second spacewalk today. It's going to be a wonderful day, and it's good to hear that song this morning.
And I agree, and it's a great day for an EVA.
We are inside the Quest airlock. Mike Fossum and Ron Guerin back on their oxygen masks, pre-breathing pure oxygen to cleanse the nitrogen out of their bloodstreams, beginning the suit-up procedures that will lead to the start of today's second spacewalk, a 6.5-hour excursion that is scheduled to begin at 10:30 Central Time, could begin earlier if the crew is ready ahead of schedule. Once again, today's spacewalk, a variety of different work, mostly focusing on the exterior outfitting of the new Kibo module and preparations for tomorrow's relocation of the Japanese logistics module from the Zenith or top common berthing mechanism port on the Harmony connecting node over to the Zenith common berthing mechanism on top of Kibo itself. And this view inside the cavernous Kibo Science Laboratory, looking from a camera at the forward end of Kibo, back in toward the Harmony connecting node. If you go straight through, you'd be in the Columbus Laboratory, the European Space Agency's laboratory, on the starboard side of the International Space Station's Harmony module. While today's spacewalk is underway, quite a bit of work will be ongoing inside Kibo, as Japanese astronaut Aki Hoshide and flight engineer Oleg Kononenko from the Expedition 17 crew move a series of racks from the Japanese logistics module over to Kibo. Amongst some of the racks that will be moved over will be one that governs the functioning of the electrical power system for the new Japanese laboratory, as well as the data management system rack. There will be a heater control reconfiguration conducted and the activation of the second electronics channel, the A channel of electronics. That will provide heating for the remote manipulator system, the Japanese robotic arm at the forward end of Kibo. That channel A activation, as it is known, will not take place until all the thermal covers and insulation are removed from the Japanese robotic arm by Fossum and Guerin during today's spacewalk. This view now through shuttle downlink of the common berthing mechanism on the top side of the Kibo module. You can see at the forward end of Kibo the end effector for the Japanese robotic arm. That end effector very much like the end effector on the Canadarm2, the space station robotic arm. This common berthing mechanism, that thermal cover, will be removed by Guerin and Fossum during the spacewalk today. There will also be launch locks released that hold a micrometeoroid orbital debris shield in place, and there will be a full inspection of that berthing port, if you will. That will be the home for the Japanese logistics module tomorrow, once it is relocated from the Zenith port of Harmony to that common berthing mechanism port that you're seeing there in your view. You see Oleg Kononenko working with Aki Hoshide to move inside yet another one of the brand new racks for the Japanese Kibo laboratory. This the rack that will govern the functioning of the electrical power system in the new module. A good perspective on the size of this new module as Hoshide, Kononenko and Ken Ham work to rotate this new electrical power system rack into the floorboard of the new module, which is 14.5 feet wide and 37.5 feet long. As we get set for the start of today's spacewalk, up on the flight deck of Discovery, pilot Ken Ham, the spacewalk choreographer for today, as he was for the first EVA and as he will be for the final spacewalk on Sunday, getting ready to run through his timeline and his checklist as he guides Fossum and Guerin through their work today.
And Discovery airlock on the big loop.
Okay, Buck.
You got him.
I got him. Fellas, on time and on target. That's why we're here.
Hey, just one thing, let me break in there. Just when you go outside, make sure your visors are down.
Yeah, you got 15 more minutes of daylight. And Mike, you have to go to, let's see, thermal cover's open, you have to go to egress. Thermal cover's open, duck test on the local. Double check, okay. Coming out. And Ronnie, can you confirm UIAD ring? Mike confirmed it for me? Yeah, he can't get to it. Thank you. There's the VC. Okay, I'm outside.
Mike Fossum now out of the Quest airlock, beginning the 5th spacewalk of his career. Ron Guerin soon to follow for the 2nd of his career.
It's a long ways out here to the end cone. You guys probably copied earlier, you both have a go for the camera install. Copy that. Hey, that look easy, Mike. This looks familiar. Yeah, right.
A good view of Ron Guerin working on one of the 2 television cameras that will be used to assist in robotic operations with the 33-foot-long Japanese robotic remote manipulator system, which will be activated and unfurled by Aki Hoshide and Karen Nyberg on Saturday for diagnostics. Ron Guerin will be using a pistol grip tool to release 3 launch lock bolts.
Yep, I've got the hook for your launch lock.
Once those launch locks are released, the camera bracket will be free to have the boom mounted onto that bracket and then tightened down. This will occur again on either side of the Japanese robotic arm at the forward end of the 37.5-foot-long Kibo laboratory.
Hello. Zoomed in on you. Last one is released. Copy. Okay, I'm pulling it free. Ronnie, I can get that MOI. All right, thanks. Give me a little more. There we go. There we go. Nice and happy. All right. Thanks, Mike. You bet. Doing PGT. I'll start unwrapping mine.
The Japanese robotic arm that you see in between Fossum and Guerin, once unfurled, can reach 33 feet in length. Its mass is over 1,700 pounds. It's capable
Good news for you guys.
of handling 7.5 tons.
Okay, I've got to get the cap off, the electrical connectors, and then the MLR.
That's correct. And a good inspection of the electrical connectors before you make.
You betcha.
Your body position looks pretty good, Ron. Looks like you're well clear.
Great, that's good news.
Yeah, careful with that motion, though.
Okay.
And Hawk, for you and Mike, we're in a good config there with the aft JTV. Mike confirmed that it's flush and he got a good torque, so we're happy.
Hey, Hawk, I think I'm done with the camera. So your choice, I could just go clean up that turning cover or start on the joint covers.
I would start on the joint covers.
Connector cap is clear. Pins look beautiful. All straight, no fog.
Excellent. And where are you putting that one?
It's on a rit. I'm going to just stuff it behind the T-bar to keep it from floating in my face.
Okay.
Our turning cover is complete.
I'll mark it off.
All right, I'm going to go evaluate joint 5.
Very good.
And addressing the connector. All the sockets are clean, EMI band is intact, no fog, no indications of problems going for install.
You have a go.
All right, Hawk, I can't reach the tether loop from up here, so we'll go with plan B, and I'm going to dump the wire tie and the cap in the back.
Okay.
Connector P522 is on. No problem. Very nice.
Thank you.
Pulling the sock around it.
Copy.
Okay. One last look around the camera. Everything looks intact.
Looks like it's free to rotate out there and all the camera lights good.
Hey, firm.
All right, and you did get the slider cover, correct?
I did.
All right, sounds like you are done out there, Mike.
All right.
Hawk, one question. Did he get the booty?
And Break Houston with that. You have a go for JTVE heater power up for both forward and aft.
And is that the connector booty, Chris?
Yeah, firm.
Yep. Yeah, got it in my WBS, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
you got a good shot.
Thanks. Just double checking, and Hawk, we copied step 2 there in the IV column. You gave us a go.
Correct.
Flying almost directly over the European Space Agency's Ariane launch pads at the northern coast of South America and French Guiana. The first task of today's spacewalk now complete. 1 hour, 22 minutes into the excursion by Ron Garan and Mike Fossum. The Kibo science module now has vision with 2 television cameras having been installed. The work now begins with the removal of the thermal covers on the joint electronics unit for the Japanese robotic arm. This robotic arm, again, is about 33 feet in length when fully unfurled, has 3 booms connecting 6 joints. The base is fixed to the Kibo module itself and employs a standard end effector.
Yeah, I guess if you're going to, yeah, you can do 3. That's fine.
A total of a half-dozen thermal covers are currently housed on the Japanese robotic arm. These covers will be removed, along with some thermal insulation on the end effector of the Japanese robotic arm.
It's like trying to wrestle a cloud into submission.
spacewalk officers now reporting that the crew is making good progress.
Yeah, I got, oh, yeah.
These covers are a bit unwieldy. There is a large bag that Fossum and Guerin have at their disposal to fold and stow the covers one by one as they come off the various joints, one cover per joint of the six-jointed robotic arm. Also, the thermal protection on the end effector of the robotic arm will be removed as the last item in this particular task of today's spacewalk.
You got your eyeballs on that camera, Mike?
Camera? What camera? Yeah. Quarter turn is done. There you go. Okay. I'll get the grounding strap. Okay. Okay. Okay, ground clear, both grounding straps secured. Yep. Underlying MRI looks good on this side and this side. Now I'm here for a treat now, trying to stuff these in the bag. Okay, got joint 1. Underlying MRI looks great, and the grounding strap is resecured.
And that's both of them. Yeah, you got the other one earlier. Thanks.
Yep. Now we got an extra handrail.
Right now, Fossum and Guerin have moved to the top of the Kibo module and are beginning the procedures to remove a thermal cover over the common berthing mechanism to which the Japanese logistics module, currently housed on top of Harmony, will be unberthed and relocated to the top of Kibo tomorrow.
Hey, there's lights on and it's 8 p.m.
Lots of people at work in there.
No, they're not. I don't see anybody.
I got tired of you banging on the roof.
I think what we're going to do, Ron, for this one is just lay it on top of the bag, on top of the existing strap. Okay? While you're wrestling this one, I'll tighten down the current straps. Okay? And then we'll lay this one on top and we'll close the lid on it. So we don't have to try to pull it underneath those, the first layer straps we got. Okay, you got it. I'm going to go work on the bag. All right?
Mike, look over here. Catch.
Oh. Hey, Commander Kelly. Can you see a mark in my WBS?
Oh, that's awesome.
Flying into an orbital sunrise over the South Pacific, Mike Fossum on the left, wearing the suit bearing the red stripes, and Ron Guerin waving to Discovery Commander Mark Kelly through the porthole in the common berthing mechanism at the top of the Kibo module. It is through that porthole that a centerline camera berthing system, a camera will be installed to provide an assist for the actual alignment and berthing of the Japanese logistics module to that berthing port tomorrow.
Getting some reflection. Get the witch's hat. Continue on, and we'll get you back.
Guerin, meanwhile, removing the last of the thermal insulation around that common berthing mechanism. Final inspections being made to ensure that all of the sealing surfaces are in good shape to accept the relocation of the Japanese logistics module tomorrow.
Get ready, Alpha 6, Annie 2.
Wait for it.
Fossum now in the process of releasing launch locks, holding a debris shield in place around the berthing port at the top of the Kibo module.
Okay, first one's released. It was 9 turns. My first one's released. I think it's absolutely clear.
Guys, we're happy with all four. Nice work. Mike, your little extra tuck there was exactly what we were talking about, so we appreciate that.
Okay. Just say the word, man.
All right, we're going to call it complete out there on the ACBM. Nice job, guys.
Houston concurs. You guys are doing great. We're looking like we're right on time on the timeline. And we're go for trunnion covers.
Okay.
Concur.
All the ceiling surface looks great. You got a good look at yours over there too, didn't you, Ron? I did. Okay. Good. Okay, guys. I'm going to go work on the crew lock bag.
And trunnion covers are next.
You bet.
While the spacewalk continues outside, inside, at the hatchway to the Kibo module, Aki Hoshide is reviewing procedures. Karen Nyberg inside the module as they prepare to move the next series of racks from the Japanese logistics module into Kibo. Those will be 2 science racks, one called SIBO, which is a biological cell investigation rack, the other called Ryutai, which is a fluid science experiment rack.
J1 and J2 are disconnected, working on J3.
Copy.
Oh, there's a second TA clamp that I bumped. Hey, all 3 electric connectors are disconnected.
Okay, did you open up the clamps already?
Doing that now.
Ron Garin wrapping up work in the demating of electrical connectors for the expended nitrogen tank assembly on the S-1 truss. Mike Fossum continuing work to prepare the new nitrogen tank assembly that is housed on the P3 truss on an external stowage platform.
Okay, Bravo 7, Andy 2.
Good job.
Going for 5 turns at the PGP.
Correct.
Red Horse centered. Okay.
Ron, thanks for your patience. You're doing great work today.
Thank you.
I think it's Devin and David that are doing the great work.
Oh, yeah. And JQ's a lot. Don't forget him.
A question for Ron. Which one of the options does he think will keep it clear of the MT the best?
The grounding strap.
And Houston Discovery, ready to chat. What are you thinking?
Okay, both guys are MEDOX limited around 655. Of course, we're still targeting the 630 ingress, and looks to us like Mike might finish a little, just barely first on this NTA prep task, and we're thinking, if you concur, sending him off to start the ETVCG.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157
That's exactly what I was thinking. Have him start ETVG, whatever you say that, and then Ronnie will come out and join when able. And if it's appropriate, we might hand the tasks off to Ronnie, and depending on how much time is left, Mike can head out to the port sarge.
Yeah, we're tracking right in line with you, Hawk. That's exactly what we're thinking.
Excellent. All right. Sounds good to me.
So view coming down from the Space Shuttle Discovery cameras of Mission Specialist Mike Fossum working on removing that external television camera that he and Garen will be bringing inside to get a new power source for.
The handrail just above me here, so it ought to be easy for Ron to get to. Starting to move the camera. Nice and easy. That handles well. Have to get the red off of the top of it, off the light. Hey, Ronnie, before you take it, how about let me turn the illuminator over toward you, okay? And if you could get that red off of the light, just release it. It's attached to the stanchion. Do you see it? Can you get it from there? I don't see it yet. Oh, there it is. You can keep rotating, okay? And bring it towards yourself. A little more. I can't push it against your hand, man. Okay, very well. I'll just let you manipulate it. Here comes the sun. Yeah, I know. Okay, let me can almost reach it. Okay, I have attended. You can release. Okay, the only red on it is now the one on the page of my BRT. And that red that was on the handle, Mike, one of the hooks is on your BRT. Okay, that's fine.
Right, 7 a minute if you guys want to just take it easy.
Yep. We need to get visors. Be in a position where we can. Okay. All right. Now it's closed. Okay. Outstanding. And look at that sunrise. Wow. Beautiful. Those are memories. Shot for everybody. Yeah, okay. Lights are coming down.
So view of Mike Fossum working on that mount for the camera they just removed as the station and shuttle complex orbits about 219 miles above New Zealand.
Swap it to work. My local is down. Yeah, it's a bit strange in the daytime. It's going by 5 miles a second.
Fossum's installing a dummy box in the spot where the camera they just removed was as kind of a placeholder. The camera will be fixed on Saturday and then returned to the spot after its power supply has been replaced during the mission's last spacewalk.
Okay, hot crew light bags on the BRT, ready for the hot skipping and jump over to the Sarge. Okie doke. along the edge.
Two little white marks. You mean?
It is. It's a deposit. It's not a divot. It's on the surface.
Okay, now is that in the path of where the bearing goes, or is the bearing inside of that?
It's right on the edge. You can see the wear line where the bearing goes, and it's right on the outside edge of that wear line.
Okay, so the bearing does not go over that.
That's affirmative.
Okay, that's a pretty good, perfect panning. You're going right along it.
It's a view inside the solar alpha rotary joint that Fossum is expecting.
Yeah, no, you want the line near the teeth?
Negative, the inboard one.
Yeah, there is. It's not a bubble. It's a smear.
Okay, so you're starting to think that that inboard light gray line is just an accumulation of grease.
It's a white grease.
A view of the new Kibo module beginning to look a little less empty. The crews inside have spent the day
The cap that's
installing some of the,
from the
or transferring rather, some of the racks from the logistics module into the
Okay, we'll do that.
laboratory. You can see mission specialist
and the reason we're asking to hold
Garrett Reisman, Commander Mark Kelly, and new flight engineer Greg Shamatoff opening the hatch on the crew lock of the Quest airlock. Getting ready to welcome the spacewalkers back into the equipment lock part of the Quest airlock, where they'll be getting out of their spacesuits for the night.
What's that?
I think it's right over your left shoulder.
No drinking water. Okay. All right.
That's just for flushing the toilet. Or it was.
Yeah. And it's all working.
So far, the base.
Yeah.
New record.
Look at me. Smorgasborgus. And the all-important good hot sauce. I love that stuff.
Yeah, this thing is good.
We go ripping through that at our house.
Sauces are all in here, and that's the key to making this stuff. It's good.
Making it saucy? I like my dinner saucy.
Shall we,
You want to try, I think, everyone, that means that they will open.
Maybe we can just open them and pass them around.
Yes.
Depends on what it is.
Oh, it's all
You just
good.
keep passing it.
It's all, yeah.
Hey,
You're
Mike.
going to like it. Yeah, eat it, taste it, enjoy it, and then ask what it is.
Smile, act polite, say you love it. Is that how it goes?
Yeah. Show appetizer.
Where's the appetizing appetizer?
Yeah, we just got to show you that.
Oh, yeah. The appetizing appetizer.
That's my favorite. We have 3 of them that we can give you guys as presents if you want to bring them home. Appetizer. Check this out. It's really called appetizer.
It is. Hang on. Holy cannoli. Appetizing appetizer. You never know what's in there, huh? Every time it's something else?
I tell you though, it's appetizer.
It could be jelly beans, could be...
I don't know about Greg. Only Garrett got this appetizer. We didn't ask you about this appetizer.
Anyone else need a straw?
Hey Mike, can you toss me a drink? Any drink.
Me too.
Orange mango.
That sounds great.
And
Take whatever you got.
actually, it's not spicy, and we use this one. Make it so but spicy.
Hey, before we get started, we got a couple gifts for you guys. But I recommend, based on previous experience, you do not put this on at this meal. Because Jeff Williams did, and he immediately got soy sauce all over it. And I thought he was going to cry.
Welcome to dinner. Welcome to dinner.
Feed him some borscht. Make sure he's floating. All right. One. To infinity.
Does he have batteries? Does he work?
Wow.
That's pretty good. Push the button.
Stand clear.
Hey, okay. It's still there. Thanks, Buck. We can keep turning stuff off already. Okay.
We're going to hit the bolt one more time.
Roll out. We'll take it. Yeah, that's affirmative. One more time to get a reading. Okay.
Thanks, Mike.
Hey, I think I'm done with the camera. So your choice, I could just go clean up that trunnion cover or start on the joint covers.
I would start on the joint covers.
It's the Alpha 5 Clock 2, right?
Negative. Alpha 2, Clock 2.
Okay.
And the expected is 3.8.
Copy that. I think I just want to get one more corner of that down so I don't bump it, knock it off.